Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Sci-Fi Sunday, and on Sci-Fi Sunday we talk about all things sci-fi and fantasy on this channel. And today we have to talk about some Marvel news. Could Hugh Jackman be staying on in the MCU? Let's break down these rumors and talk about them. Let's jump right into it. So, we have to talk about this latest rumor that could change everything as we know it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, you know that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are very good friends, and that Ryan Reynolds and him have had a fake ongoing war going on for a very long time, thus his appearance in the Deadpool Wolverine movie as Wolverine. But what if this is not all there is to the story? Because news has come out that he could possibly be moving forward as the new Wolverine. Now, let me explain, because it is a bit odd where this news is coming from and what we kind of heard about it. So we're going to break down all of that right now. So first off, I should note something very important, and that is the age of Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is 55 years old, and being that Hugh Jackman is 55 years old, that means that if he goes for another 10 years as Wolverine, he's going to be in his 60s. This would be unprecedented for any Marvel cinematic actor to play the part way into their 60s. However, is it something that is logical? Is it something that could happen? He is in pretty good shape, but is he in the type of shape where he could physically do this for another 10 to 15 years? That is what remains to be seen. However, this news is coming to us from Forbes. And Forbes says it would feel weird to have a new Wolverine for the first time in 25 years. Across multiple X-Men movies and 3 solo features, no one else in history of the comic book movies has played a superhero role for this long or this often. But bringing Jackman in for Deadpool and Wolverine, and rumor has it the Avengers films at the end of the multiverse saga would make replacing him shortly thereafter even more unlikely and more unwelcome. Then this was reinforced by a new quote from Ryan Reynolds promoting the film, saying out loud the concept here. There's only been one Wolverine. The reason is no one can do it except him. Jackman on stage just stands there smiling, not denying that or shaking his head, but rather he flashes a peace sign. I certainly think other people could play Wolverine, but again, this is not a situation where that makes sense. So that's what the person in the Forbes article has to say. Now, there's a couple things that are interesting about this article. Number one, they make reference to a recent event. And this recent event, supposedly Hugh Jackman is on the stage with Ryan Reynolds. And Ryan Reynolds is saying that there's only one person that can play Wolverine, and that's Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman has gone on record before as saying he's done with the character. He has said he's done. Well, then all of a sudden Ryan Reynolds asked him to come back, and he's back. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's a matter of being able to work with your friends in Hollywood. If your friends invite you back into the fold and they want you to be a part of a project, then chances are you're going to be part of it. So Hugh Jackman comes back to the fold to play Wolverine once again in this new movie. And this movie has such an impact on what's going to be the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're looking at events that could unfold, that could alter Marvel anyway. And now you're talking about the possibility that he's going to come back to play the part in a couple other movies. Well, this is a good thing, but can he play the part forever? Are they going to have to create an alternate Wolverine eventually just to kind of have someone younger in the role. And that's kind of what's being proposed here, is that he could be the Wolverine going forward. That's what the Forbes article is saying. But is there actual truth to this? It looks like there could be a little proof that at least for the next few years, we would be seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. However, I also want to note something else. Marvel has previously said that Wolverine isn't going to be in the X-Men movies. That we're not going to start off with Wolverine in the X-Men movies at all. So how then is it possible that we're going to have Hugh Jackman return as Wolverine? Well, the thing of it is that it's rumored that he's going to be a part of the Avengers movies as well for at least a little while, until they finish up this whole multiverse thing that's going on. Once they finish that up, then who knows how long it takes to recast him. But for the time being, it does seem very plausible that he is going to be playing Wolverine for the immediate future. And that's not a bad thing, because I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and right now I really can't envision someone else coming in and taking over the role and doing amazing like he's been doing. I can't picture someone taking over and us actually accepting this person into the fold, no matter who it actually turns out to be. There are several people that could play this part and probably could play the part very well. But when we're looking at it this way, it kind of does lend a little bit more credit to it, if you will, that Ryan Reynolds had him up on stage and said that. And I think that's important because, yes, it looks like he could be playing this part for the time being. It looks like he wants to work with Ryan Reynolds and therefore he's back. But I don't foresee him playing this part for very long because his age is getting up there, and once somebody reaches a certain age, they kind of want to slow down a little bit. They don't want to be doing these action scenes all the way into their 80s and 90s. Now, I say this as we got the new Red Hawk in Marvel, played by Harrison Ford. And mind you, a lot of that is going to be CGI, but we recently saw Harrison Ford in an action movie not too long ago, the last Indiana Jones movie, and that was pretty good. Apparently, he did a few stunts in that movie, but nowhere near what he would have done when he was young. You have to look at the actor and how they can handle things like that. Can they actually do these stunts? Can they do the up-close shots and have somebody else do the stunt believably? And of course, Hugh Jackman has always had a stuntman, so I do think it's plausible that as long as he doesn't age too much in the next couple years, we could actually see him play this part. But eventually, I do foresee a situation where we are going to be getting a new Wolverine. Just remember that they have said that Wolverine isn't going to be a part of the X-Men movies for at least a while. So having him appear in a couple of Avengers movies up until that point would probably appease the fans slightly until we could get the new Wolverine cast and ready to go. And then you don't want to do that right away. You don't want to have a situation where, oh, this is his last movie as Wolverine. Next movie, somebody else is going to be playing Wolverine. The best thing to do in those situations usually is to give the fans a bit of warning, to give the fans a little bit of time in between the characters. Or if you're really clever, maybe introduce the two characters side by side. Being that it's a multiverse, it could happen that way. If they introduce him at the end of the multiverse saga, this new Wolverine, then we could potentially have that happen. I don't know how I feel about that situation. What I do know is that this does seem like credible information that's come out, that we could be getting Hugh Jackman continuing on as Wolverine, at least for the time being. But that is where I am going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys think about this situation. Are you excited about the chance that we could see him continuing on as Wolverine for the time being? Do you want someone else to immediately take over the role and someone younger? Do you think that Ryan Reynolds is actually right, and Hugh Jackman is legitimately the only person that could play this part. Because that's really what it comes down to. What do the fans think? And what do you guys think? Are you excited about this as a concept? What would you do if you were running Marvel right now? Would you keep Hugh Jackman for the unforeseeable future, or would you sign him to an extremely long-term deal? As always, we want to hear from you. Make sure you leave us that comment in the comment box below. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're definitely going to want to be a part of the conversation as well. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers, and look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.